Wherever you are and however you are listening, this is your last time to hear my voice at 37 years old. That is right. I turn 38 5 days from now, if you can believe it. Very exciting times. I'm happy to celebrate my early birthday with you all. And today we are highlighting an absolutely majestic property in one of the most photographed areas in the world, right outside of Horseshoe Bend in Marble Canyon. It is the Cliff Dwellers. We're going to tell you all about it and everything you need to know so you can book the most epic adventure ever with your family. You will absolutely love it. We can't wait to tell you all about it. Be sure to like and subscribe, and most importantly, enjoy the episode.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Virtual GM podcast. It is Thursday, April 24th. And you know what that means? Cody's birthday. Woo, 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 woo.
I gotta say, that intro, what you started with, the very first part, it reminded me of like a kids programming TV show. like
hey,
Mickey
everybody.
Mouse Schoolhouse. Hey, everybody.
Are you ready to sing along today?
That's totally, and you could do that. You'd be good at that.
Would
yeah,
I?
Kids TV show.
I'm glad we covered that. Okay, we're your hosts, Cody and Megan. Cody wants me to bring more energy. I'm bringing more energy. I'm getting uncomfortable. This
yes,
is
that's
not
how
my
you grow.
comfort
Hey,
zone.
listen up, audience. Every day you should be a little bit uncomfortable because if you're not, you're not growing.
Whew, it's like making me sweat a little
hot.
bit.
That's good.
Whew. You know, I'm weird.
It's true. Yeah.
I mean, we're all weird, right?
Well, you are especially for sure. And now our
but
kids
really,
are weird.
only you get to see it.
Yeah.
And yes, she's got that weirdness, and I love it.
Yeah.
You know, it's unique. It's
She's
different.
also really starting to talk a lot.
She talks a lot.
It's like, God, just think about it in your head, kid. Let me breathe.
Okay, so episode 43.
Wow, we're almost to season 3. That's crazy.
That is crazy. Where's
We're
time
only
going?
a few months away. So it's April, so that's May. By August, we'll be on season 3 already. That's crazy.
A year of me doing it.
Yeah. Oh, you've already been doing it for over a year.
Wow. I mean, you go back and listen to the first episodes.
Oof.
don't. I don't.
Hi,
recommend
this
it.
is Megan. Welcome to the Virtual GM podcast.
But here
Do you
I am
remember
now.
that?
Now I'm being weird on the podcast.
Do you remember that commercial from when we were kids? It was like,
Yes.
I have dry eyes.
Yes. Yes.
Our kids don't even know what commercials are, you know?
Oh, I hate commercials.
Like what? They really don't even know that pain. They don't know like
Having
the
to sit
struggle
through
of
something.
like, I got to run to the bathroom, get my snacks and get back before the show starts.
Yeah.
Now they're just like pause, or they'll just carry the iPad into the pantry.
No, yeah.
Our kids don't use iPads.
No. Just every day.
Just those bad parents.
Oh, yeah. What are you going to do? Doing the best we can. Okay,
What are we talking about?
Well, we haven't even done our segue yet. So we've got personal best, business best. I'm going to go first. It's your birthday in 5 days.
Yeah, it is.
You're going to
38.
You're almost 40.
I know. My God.
Wow.
I ran into my buddy from high school at the gym the other day, and he walked up behind me. He's like, "Oh, dude, I didn't even know it was you." He's like, "All that gray hair," like, and he wasn't being funny. He was just like, "All that gray hair come out of your hat." Like, I didn't even know it was you. I was like, "Oh, thanks, Nick." That makes me feel great.
Yeah, some people just gray sooner than others.
Yeah.
But I like that you're rocking it. I like it.
Maybe I'll dye it for my 38th.
But why? That's just maintenance. It's not worth it.
Do you dye your hair?
Once a year.
That's pretty good.
It is. And for like 7 years, I didn't dye my hair.
Yeah.
So. And it does not cover the gray, by the way. But my gray is still shining through. So
What do you think that is?
it's just a different pigment. You just can't dye it. It's like silver. It's like, I'm like Anna from Frozen. You know, she gets like that silver streak. It's like I have these silver hairs that just grow in this one spot.
I've never seen Frozen. Never seen it. Do you believe that?
That's sad.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
We'll watch it today.
No.
Anyway, so we're going to Miami for your birthday.
Yes, we are.
Which you've never been to Miami.
No, I have not.
We've had a layover there before,
Yes.
but like never
In fact,
actually.
on our honeymoon, which was celebrated almost 14 years ago.
Oh, right. On our way to St. Lucia.
Yep.
Wow. That's crazy. So I went there a couple years ago
Yeah.
with some girlfriends, and that was fun. So now we get to go
So excited.
experience it. We're gonna stay at a hotel in downtown Miami, and then we actually got another hotel for the middle of the stay on South Beach, which will be fun. So
Oh, I can't wait.
we're gonna experience it all.
Sunshine and the beach and the ocean.
And we haven't been on a trip with just you and I since when?
Maybe my
My birthday.
when? Where'd we go?
Oh no, Vegas.
Yeah, but that doesn't even like count. That's just like an hour and a half drive. Like we haven't flown somewhere together. I think maybe since my birthday when we went to Cabo in 2023.
Yeah. Or Scottsdale. We went to Phoenix for a weekend. Anyway, so that's my personal best. And for business best, we have been doing VGM, virtual GM for Shelby Inn and Edgewater now for a couple months.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, so
a couple
awesome.
new clients this year. We've hired another virtual GM who is doing the weekends, and everything seems to be going
Yeah,
well.
really. I mean, especially like Shelby, we're just doing so great,
Yeah.
you know, and Edgewater's been awesome so far. And hopefully we're going to be able to help Highland as well. So a lot of exciting things. My business best, speaking of Highland, we launched their site. So their site is live now. So it's highlandestatesnv.com. So you can go check that out. Go stay in Mesquite. And then also for my personal best, Cash is playing soccer, had another great game last week, got a couple of goals. And so it's really cool because now they have goalies. It's way more like real soccer.
And you're the coach.
Yeah. And I coach with my dad, which is super cool. And he stays back and helps the goalies. I'm kind of in the middle of the field, and it's just, it's not like 5-year-old soccer anymore. You know, it's still chaotic, but with more organization and having goalies, it's just like they're really playing the sport for the first time.
Yeah.
And so that's been really fun to see. And Cash just loves soccer, and it's a great sport to start with because it's so much easier to digest than football or like basketball. It takes so much hand-eye
learning
coordination
plays
and
stuff
it's
also.
just so it's been really fun. Absolutely love it. Weather's great. They play on Saturdays, which all of his other sports have always been like at nighttime during the week.
Yeah, a weekday nighttime
And
game.
so
Which,
having Saturday morning games is just such a blast.
yeah, it gets us out of the house, gets us moving,
Yeah.
going, which is really nice. Okay, so what are we talking about today?
Today, we're going to do a client highlight. So this is just such an amazing property. It is the Cliff Dwellers that is in Marble Canyon. So right by the Colorado River, right by Horseshoe Bend, which is one of the most iconic, like picturesque places in the entire United States.
Yeah.
Like it is one of the most highly photographed land masses that there are. So if you're listening to this, go look up Horseshoe Bend. Absolutely stunning. And what's so cool is this property has been there forever. Terry and Wendy Gunn started it many, many years ago. It started with just a fishing. It was a fly fishing business.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were in another operator running this fly fishing business, which they turned into a multi-million-dollar business. Terry and Wendy traveled all around the world. I mean, they are famous in the world of fishing. Ended up buying the Cliff Dwellers. So you've got this gas station that's been there forever, that's got a little retail shop now. We have a restaurant. We've got some hotel rooms. And then we'll take you out and we'll do guided fishing tours. You can kayak Horseshoe Bend, which is amazing.
We have to do that this summer.
It is so incredibly like serene. Just it's unlike any, I can't even explain it. So most people experience Horseshoe Bend from the top down. You're looking at it from the top.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're at the bottom of those canyons, thousands of feet of cliffs. And so Troy Gunn, who is Wendy and Terry's son, is now running the kayak business. And so he literally, like, he grew up in the canyon. Like, legitimately, I mean, he knows every inch of the water. He knows how deep it is here, how deep it is there. He doesn't even need to look at, like the thing in the boats that tells you the depth. He just knows it.
So are you actually, like, on a kayak? Like, you have...
Yeah,
paddles?
so we have what's called backhaul service. So if you book the kayaking, which is the most popular thing, and it's truly, it's just like e-biking in Zion, except you're on the water. So imagine if like the road was water. That's what it's like. It's like
you really get a different experience.
And you can take as long or as little as you want. So it's 6 miles from the dam where they drop you off back to where they pick you up. But you don't have to do the whole thing. So if you want to be dropped off halfway or just a mile up, and you can even stay overnight, you could bring picnic.
In the canyon?
Uh-huh. You could picnic and you could stop in the middle of the day and have all of your stuff and like picnic on the beach and hang out. And so you can pick whatever time you want to go. There's all these different slots. And so we have a backhaul service. So they'll load all your kayaks up on a boat and they'll take you as far up as you want to go.
Wow. And to drop you off.
And then they drop you off and then you kayak your way back down. And so the river's not moving very fast, but you've got the momentum of the river with you. And it'll take you 6 hours to do the whole thing if you wanted to.
Can you be a beginner? Can you have never have kayak before and do it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because I mean the kayaks are buoyant. They're not gonna tip over or anything.
You're
know,
not going over like rapids or anything.
no, and the water's not deep either. So even if you did, you could stand up.
Oh.
In certain areas, right? Because if you're fly fishing, the water's like to your waist.
Oh, okay.
You know, or even like maybe your knees.
Huh.
And so, and also the backhaul boats are running constantly the whole time. So if you like got tired or you're like, I'm not going to make it, they'll just pick you up.
Oh, you just call them?
Yeah.
Huh.
So, and they're just going anyway. So if like
They
to make
might
sure
pass
you're
you.
safe and everything's
Yeah.
okay. And so if you waved them down, they just come grab you, you know?
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
We have to do it.
It's-
Can kids do it?
Yeah, they can. Yep. They just have to do it with us. So they just be on a kayak with us.
Oh,
It's like
that's
a 2
amazing.
person.
Oh, we got to do this.
I know. It's such an incredible thing. And it is just, there's nothing like being on that river. Like
Yeah.
just the way that it feels and the sights and the sounds. And then Cliff Dwellers is super iconic. Like everyone who goes on those big Grand Canyon river tours,
Yeah.
almost everyone starts at Cliff Dwellers. Like that's where you go.
Really?
That's where you have your dinner the night before. Like I had Shelby on my on the Winning the Moment podcast.
Yeah.
And that's like his jam. Just loves river rafting. And
Really?
so yeah, he had been there of course before. They're famous for their avocado pie,
Sounds delicious.
which is a story about they didn't have anything else, and so that's what they made it with, and they've kept it on their menu ever since.
Is it just, I mean, sweetened, right? I mean, have to be sweetened.
I mean, I have to go and taste it.
Oh, I mean,
But you
sounds
can't
like-
go and not have it. And they've got an awesome retail shop. Obviously, amazing fishing guides. Like Skip, one of our fishing guides, has been there for over 25 years.
Wow.
Been taking people on fishing tours.
Does he live out there?
No, he actually lives. I probably shouldn't say where he lives, but no,
Okay.
he does not.
Okay.
Um,
he travels to
yep.
Clifton. Okay. Okay, cool.
25 years doing that, you know? Like,
That's crazy.
imagine the knowledge that he has. Like, if you want to have an epic world-class fishing experience,
Well, he's got to love it, right?
Oh,
I
of
mean,
course,
you're doing
yeah.
it for
It's his
25
passion,
years. Like,
you
that
know?
is-
and that's where Wendy and Terry, that's where they made their name. That's how the new owners of it found it, from this passion of fishing and the
Wow.
outdoors. And so it is, and the stars out there,
Oh, I can't imagine.
you know, because you are, when you get there, you're really in the middle of nowhere.
Well, you know, when we lived in Arizona, that would be like
The way you
one
would
of the
go,
way
uh-huh.
I would
Yeah.
take.
I
And
remember
I
all the-
remember driving by it.
Yep.
And I never stopped, right? Because it just didn't make sense.
But I remember the pictures of you
Okay,
and
the cliffs, like
Melissa,
the little boulders and stuff.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
I
Marissa.
have-
You guys all took pictures
Yes.
on those
That was, oh, well.
19 years ago.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I know the world's crazy when you think about it like that. You know, like here's this thing you always, and like we'd filled up there because we had taken rallies for Cars for Kids through that area.
And you filled up at that gas
We filled up there.
before they were our clients?
Yeah, but didn't even know who
What
they
a-
were.
Wow, that's so crazy. Yeah, I mean, and they've renovated the.
Yeah.
They're
So
renovating the
we
hotel,
just-
the restaurant.
Yeah, we just redid all of the kitchen. We redid all the floors in the king rooms. And we did a bunch of updates last year. We renovated the rooms, so the rooms are awesome. And it's just such a cool experience because, like, at nighttime when you go out, it's like God laid a blanket of stars just over your head.
That is so.
You know,
cool.
because there's no light pollution. You're an hour and a half away from like any major.
City.
Yeah. So.
Well, I mean, longer than
Page.
that. Yeah.
I think Page is an hour and a half, and
Okay.
Kanab's about an hour and a half. And,
Okay.
but that's driving 75 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not close.
No.
You know,
No.
you are.
There are no lights out
Yeah,
there.
you are in the middle of nowhere. We have to use Starlink for our internet.
A 2-lane road.
Yeah.
Right. That's how you get there.
And if you like to drive, it's a fun road.
Yeah.
Very
Very
fun.
windy and
Mm-hmm.
lots of hills.
Yeah, it's very fun.
Yeah.
Very fun road to drive on. So it's just this incredible experience. So if you are listening to this and you're like, what would be an amazing adventure for my family? Like, this is it.
What's the best way to get there? Like, say somebody wants to fly in. Where would they fly to?
So you can fly to Phoenix and drive up from there. So that's
Oh,
pretty easy to do
okay.
that. If you're
It's
looking for like
4 hours.
yeah.
Okay.
So if you're looking for like a major airport that would have like a direct flight from wherever you
Mm-hmm.
live, you could fly to Phoenix, make that drive. Obviously, you could also fly to Phoenix and then fly to St. George from Phoenix and then do that drive because it's only like an hour and a half
Okay.
from St. George.
Are you sure?
Is it longer than that?
I think it's. I mean, Lake Powell is 2 hours, but I know you're going the other direction.
Let's see. I want to say. it
But
was
2
like an hour
hours
and a
is
half.
better than 4 hours. And the drive there from St. George.
Oh, you're right. It's
is
2.5 hours.
So beautiful.
2.5 hours from St. George.
Yeah. Because what's that? Joshua Lake? Is that what it's called?
Yeah. Uh huh.
Yeah. So beautiful.
Oh yeah. It's
Like a forest, and you really get a lot of variety.
you do. Yeah. The drive out there is great.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got a bunch of different ways that you can get there. But if you are looking for that like an experience that your family will remember forever. And what's so cool, we talked in a previous episode, like with Hotel Ponce Talk, how it's like this intimate setting. Cliff Dwellers is bigger, but it's still small and you can't go anywhere else. So like
that's your destination.
Yeah, that's where you're eating dinner.
Yeah.
You know, like you're eating
All your
dinner
meals.
at the restaurant,
Yeah.
yep, and breakfast and lunch. And then they'll pack to goes. And so they've got, you know, in their gift shop, they've got, you know, like all the stuff you'd expect to get in a gas station, do all your drinks and your snacks. And so you can take things to go on the river as well. And you can do your whole picnic thing.
Yeah.
Really, it's just, it is a once in a lifetime experience. There's nothing like it. And even at the Cliff Dwellers, you know, you're at the very back of it. There is just these beautiful cliffs.
Yeah.
And so if like, it just so happens the canyon's so beautiful that you almost can take that for granted. But if you live in New York, just that in itself is
right.
like,
You don't see that.
whoa, you know, and the stars at nighttime, the same thing. I mean, it's a little bit like going back in time.
Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah.
You can't find that in a lot of places.
No, and so what's so cool is obviously all their sites, because they offer so many different things.
They have multiple sites.
Yeah, they have multiple different sites, but we have them all connected together. That makes it super easy. So let me pull up really quick.
Well, Cliff Dwellers Lodge.
So Cliff Dwellers Lodge is going to get you to, and from there you can go to anywhere, because if you hit the menus, then you could, like if you went to fishing and you went to leesferry.com, and then you can go back and you can go to Kayak Horseshoe Bend. They all look very similar by design because all of the offerings are really together. And what's cool is if you've listened to our episodes before, you know that Jason from Hover has been on. And so we utilize Hover on this website, which is so cool. And right now we do have, going till June 30th, we have the paddle and shop. So you can book kayaking and get 10% off in the general store and restaurant. So that's awesome. You can book that right directly on the line with the pop-up. But again, this is something that you want to bring your family for. And if you go, there's Horseshoe Bend.
I know. It looks just incredible.
So you can see just how absolutely stunning it is. I highly recommend you go to the website, you check it out. I mean, look how serene that river is.
No, I know. And even the rooms, I mean, the updated floor, like it looks
it looks so
awesome.
great, right?
Yeah.
And
what
it
a cool
is
experience.
and it is fully a Dark Sky Initiative property.
Yeah,
So
I
we
saw
we
that.
follow all the regulations. You get to see some amazing wildlife. There's wild horses that live in the canyon,
There
and
are.
yeah, so if you're lucky enough, you can catch those, and it just is something else.
I mean, the stars, if you have never seen the stars like in all their glory in a dark sky,
there's nothing that beats it.
Honestly, it feels like a different universe. Like it
Feels like
just-
you're in space.
It is.
Yeah.
It is
If you live in a
very
city,
cool
you've never
experience.
seen the sky.
Never like in a dark sky
No.
initiative. Yeah, that's
With damn near zero light pollution. And depending on where you go, you can get to where basically
yeah.
if you go to the one side of the property or even across the street, like you're talking zero light pollution.
Yeah.
Weird trivia. I saw a post the other day where it was like in New York. This was like back in the 90s. I can't remember. But there was a power outage and the city called, like the residents of the city called like the state office because they were like, something's in the sky. And it was like the stars, you know? They're like, something's here.
We have never seen such
yeah,
things.
we don't know what's going on.
That's crazy.
Here's an interesting fact. So the power outage has happened in New York twice. The one that you read about, Mallory, forever ago, and then when Megan and I were there.
Yeah.
What year was that?
That was 2019.
2019. Yeah, we were there.
Half of downtown Manhattan.
Yeah, it was crazy. We were in Central Park, and it was nighttime anyways. And so that was the first time we've ever seen.
Well, it was like dusk. We were coming out and
we were in the trees, and it was the first time I've ever seen, what are those bugs?
fireflies.
I've
Yeah,
never seen a
me neither.
firefly. That talk about majestic.
Yeah, that was
And we were like in this path in Central Park that was lined with
all
trees.
green.
And
yeah.
there was like no one else but us
the
in
kids
it.
were walking.
Yeah,
there was,
and
like,
the fireflies were
yeah.
going. It was truly majestic. And then so we come out of the trees, and it's just dark.
Yeah, everything.
And it was like, what in the hell? It was a little bit scary because it
No,
felt
it was. Like
end of the world. Yeah. But
stoplights didn't work. People were like kind of freaking out.
yeah, it was very, because it's only the second time it's ever
I know.
happened. And
We were on the 65th floor.
yes, and we had booked an awesome room at the Conrad, so we're so excited. Didn't even get to use it because so we go into the Conrad and they've got everyone just like in this random like banquet room.
Yeah, some small waters. Like
Yeah, because and we didn't get dinner because we were going to order dinner and weren't
Yes.
able to because everything was closed. And then there was one service elevator that could get you to your room and then had like a manual key to open the door. And so we're waiting in this long line with our kids who at this time were,
in strollers.
yeah, young. And it's like 10 o'clock at night now, which for us in Utah time is like midnight. And so you're waiting in this line to the service elevator. And I tell Megan, I'm like, I just got to go outside and see what it looks like now. She's like, well, you better not. Like, if it comes, you're out, you know?
Yeah.
You're
I'm going to the room
You're
without
climbing
you.
65 flights of stairs. Like, it's not coming. We've been waiting for an hour. I go outside, I check it out, I come back, I turn the corner, the line's gone, and my heart just sinks. And thank God the elevator doors had not closed yet.
Yeah.
And I barely made it in.
Yeah, but they had to walk everybody to their room with,
With
a
a flashlight.
It was
Ooh,
yeah.
That sounds spooky.
It was very
Weird.
bizarre.
But it was very cool to also look out the room from the 65th floor and just see it dark, you know, and you could see little pockets of light in different places where
Yeah,
people had candles or
super crazy.
flashlights or
Yeah.
whatnot. So, yeah, really cool. Excited to go back there. We've not been back since. We're going for 4th of July this year, so that's
Yeah.
going to be super cool. I can't
That'll be
wait.
fun.
But anyways, back to the Cliff Dwellers. Gotta love a good segue.
Little squirrel.
Yep, little what?
Sorry, I derailed.
No, that was great. That was an awesome segue. Thank you for that. And it's so important because it's true. You do not know what the sky looks like. Like, if
Truly.
anything else, it's worth it just for that.
Yeah.
And I don't want people listening to think like, oh, kayaking down a river, that sounds intimidating. It isn't. It is so easy, so laid back. Anyone can do it, even if you're a novice. And you don't have to do the whole thing. You can be dropped off a mile from the
Right.
pickup. So it's like,
And you can say you did it.
yeah,
You
do it at your
kayak.
leisure. But I'm telling you, the picture you take is you're sitting in your kayak and you can just sit there. You don't have to paddle. You can just sit there and experience
And be in the awe of
this wonder that
God's
God
land.
has created,
Yeah.
and it will be something you will never forget. So please, please, please go to Cliff Dwellers website and book your adventure. It is one you will not regret. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Next time you hear us, I will be 38 years old. So this is your last time you're going to hear my voice on the airwaves at 37. I can't wait to hear what I sound like once I'm 38. I'm sure it's going to be epic. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and we will see you next Thursday.